I'm hopefully y'all can hear me okay. I'm sitting over here. I got my leg propped up, man. I hurt my knee the other day. Some kind of way. I don't know how I hurt my knee, but I hurt my knee the other day. And man, when I tell you it's not bad, but it's like bring this closer to me. It's not like bad, but it's you know, when I sit, it be hurting. So I got it propped up. That's why I'm telling. Anyway, man, don't nobody care about that. Good morning, good morning, everybody. Um, hopefully y'all can hear me okay, cause I'm sitting kind of weird. I'm off to the side. I'm like I had to do my green screen a little different. I got it. It's the same, but I had to pull it further around so I could sit to the side. Got my leg all up. Got a chair like the chair is over here. Got my leg propped up on the chair. Got it post up on the chair there. You feel me? So we gonna get it together. Um appreciate that. I appreciate that here to learn the show. Appreciate you. Hey, welcome. You're far too kind. Thank y'all for pulling up the Tim's Tidbits, man. If this is your first time pulling up, welcome. If this is not your first time pulling up, still want to say welcome. And thank you for pulling up. Thank you. I just looked over at the chart. That thing now, it set up beautifully. It was a beautiful short. I'm out to, man, my kids got to learn how to drive themselves to school, man, because I be missing good trades taking them to school, man. Uh man, everything was nice shorts. Everything played out perfect. Let's break that down. Anyway, man, if this is your first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbits and don't know who I am, my name is Timothy Lee Rogers Sr. I get on Algo's internet every single day, yada, blah, blah. By now, everybody know what I do. And if this is your first time pulling up on this video, go look at some other videos to see what my semi-customary intro is. I do it for free. I don't think I asked you to do is hit the like button. Let me put my banner up there and let me get myself together. I'd like to welcome you to the overnight price action for October 20th, 2022. Yeah. It feels strange sitting over here, man. I'm used to looking straight in front of me, and so I'm looking straight, but I'm looking at the thing. Now I got to look like this to look at y'all, man. It feel weird sitting like this, and I got to get myself together because the way I'm angled, making my leg hurt. I should have put my camera over there. Okay, the chair just gonna be in the shot with me. There you go. All right, y'all say what's up to Spidey hanging out back there as usual. Man, let's go ahead and get to it, man. See who in the chat, and then we're gonna get right into it. We light this morning. We light on the numbers this morning. Everybody sleeping in this cold weather. What's up here to learn a chef? Of course, you up in here. Good morning to you. The birds are chirping. Tweet. The link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. If you got a question or if you want to share anything, click on the link. It should be pinned at the top of the comments. The link is in the chat. Good morning, Tanya. Hope you got your mask on while you watching this so nobody else gets sick. What's up, Mendez? Let me lean in real close and say, hello, Anna. Hello, Elsa. Good morning to you too, Queen. How y'all doing? I see a few more numbers than I see names, but them the only names that I see, so that's all we gonna do. Let's good morning, Sanjay. I see you popping in. What's up, Sanjay? Let me share my screen and let's get right into it. We're gonna get right into the overnight price action. As y'all see, the little forward test of the what is it? Central Bank dealers range played out absolutely perfect to the T for the New York session. I did not move that line. That's the one standard deviation to the bottom. That's the one standard deviation to the top. We went up there. One standard deviation looked like almost tick for tick. 3730. The high on that count is 3730. Went up there tick for tick. What's up, Aloysius? Aloysius, your mom watching. What's happening, Aloysius' mom watching? Hey, it went tick for tick. Let's look at the price action. What did it do last night? So these are 60-minute candles. Let me see if I want to mark anything on the 60-minute. What's up, Father of Legends? Salute to you. For anybody who don't know why I'm sitting way to the side like this, my knee hurting, and I got it propped up. I got it propped up on a chair over here. So that's why I'm leaned off to the side. Can't point it too much. Oh yeah, I can point it a little bit farther back before I get out the green screen. There it go. Before I get out, see when I do like that, see you can see around the green screen on full screen. But I'll just change it when I go back to full screen, so I won't be hanging all the way out the shot. Okay, let's break down the price action. So looking at the price action overnight, these 60-minute candles. Do I want to mark off anything? I see we got equal lows down here at the bottom below this sell side. Below this sell side, I mean, we got sell side liquidity below these equal lows down here. We just made a new overnight high, and we went exactly one standard deviation to the T from the bodies of the candles. We use the bodies of the candles from the highest high to the lowest low in between 8 o'clock and 2 o'clock. The CBR, what ICT call it, central bank dealing range. So this is the lowest body in that range, right here, right there, and this is the highest body, and there's one standard deviation away. And then so we had the CBR range was less than 40 points. The Asian session was in a tight consolidation, right? From 8 o'clock. It dropped down, but it stayed in a tight consolidation. So it traded back down through the central bank dealing range, and then it stayed in a tight consolidation. And then immediately after 12, it took off. So that right there with ICT thing, this still the stuff that I'm testing. I haven't traded this live for real. This just the stuff that I'm watching and testing, right? And soon as after 12 o'clock, the price took off, right? It took off to the upside, which means it's setting up for the perfect short during London. And as you see, it took off. It didn't hit the one standard deviation on the range during the London, right? But it did set up a perfect short. We came up and we went down. We'll go down into it to see what PDAs it reacted to. But as you see, this was a perfect setup for the we had a small CBR range. We had a sell-off and then a consolidation during the London. So from 8 o'clock until midnight, right? We stayed in the same little range right here. And then right after midnight, right? We went down below midnight a little bit and we took off, right? Down below, took off, right? So we got the Judas swing set up, right? The Judas swing, and then it sold off beautifully. It made the high at 2 o'clock within the window from 1:30 until 5. It made the high at 2 o'clock, and then it sold off. And then as you see coming in right before New York, in the New York kill zone, right between 7 and 10 or 7:30 and 11, whatever the time is, we went up and hit that one standard deviation to the tick, and then we sold back off right there. So that was two beautiful shorts. Now let's go in and see what we actually was responding to. Drop down to 15 minutes. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna go all the way down to 5 minutes and see, because I don't feel like breaking it down. Okay, so looking at the let me mark the London, the 2 o'clock high first, and then we're gonna look at. Can y'all hear me okay? If y'all can hear me okay, put a 1 in the chat, because I'm sitting back kind of far. what I'm doing now, I'm just marking the New York, the high we made in New York, the high we made in London, so I can go back and look at the candles and see what we reacted to. Okay, looking here, looking here. Appreciate that. Okay, so right there we can't. Let me mark this. Let me mark this high right here so I can really break down and see what we responded to. I'm gonna change the color of this one so I can really see what we reacted to. If we reacted to some PDAs or anything like that. Okay, so this was at the end. This was at the end of right after close. This was right after close there, and that one I'm gonna drop down to skinny minute. That's after the close. So I just want to see what that reacted to right after the close. So right after the close, we hit that high right there. God dog it, I just moved that line. I put it back. I should have locked it. Okay, we came right up here. That's close to that. That's close to a fair value gap, but we didn't quite hit it. We didn't quite hit that fair value gap, so I'm gonna chalk it up to maybe that high right there on the 1 minute. I was just looking at that was after the close. I was just being nosy real quick. Let me put this line back on this high so I can go back and see what's going on with it. Don't need you, get out of here. Okay, so this is that's the London high right there. So I see those counters ain't equal. Those counters aren't equal. Okay, so here we went into that fair value gap on this one right here. Probably was another fair value gap or something up in there. We went above, we went into that that sort of rejection block right there. They ain't actually even. These highs ain't even. That's why I say it's sort of a rejection block. More like just like a little failure swing kind of. Okay, we went up. Let's look at the 15 minute, see what's up there. Came back into this order block. This one here, we ran up above it right there. This one here, we came back into that 15-minute order block right there. So we respected that 15-minute order block. Okay, that's a PD array in the premium that it respected. Boom, hit that 15-minute order block, and then we sold off right there for the right here. You can see we immediately took off after midnight. We dipped down just a little bit, then we immediately took off after midnight, right? Set up the long up to there, right? We set up the fair value gap long up to there, boom, and then hit that PDA in the premium, which was that order block there, and then we sold off. So that was the short. So we got the central bank dealer CBDR range right up in here, low smaller than 40 points, came down into the Asian. We consolidated in the Asian time frame right here. Right after midnight, we took off. Right, we took off right after midnight and came up. Let's see, based off the Asian range, how high did we run up from the low to the high of the Asian range? From the low to the high of the Asian range, we went just under two standard deviations from the Asian range, right? Kind of close to it, but we came up to this order block, and then we sold back down. Boom, right? Once we sold back down off of that short in the London time frame, came back, hit that fair value gap, pushed back up to this order block right here on the 15 minute. So we came back down to the fair value gap, pushed back up to this order block roughly at equilibrium, sold back down, filled the fair value gap, pushed back up again to this order block right here, sold back down, came down. We have to look lower to see what we hit on that. We didn't hit anything on the 15 minute on that. Dropped lower. Came down, boom, here to this 5 minute order block right there and made an equal low. Did we make an equal low or did we touch it? let me see, low 680.25, low 680.25. So we came wick for wick with this swing low right there back into this 5-minute order block, and then started consolidating here. So we started engineering liquidity, pushed up, got a breaking structure there, came back down to the bottom of this order block, pushed up again, got a breaking structure, came back down to this order block, pushed up again, got a breaking structure, came back down to this fair value gap / order block combination. Got the ping out, we took off, right? Set an order block there, ran the buy side liquidity here, came back down to that order block right there, pushed up, hit the 1 standard deviation from the CBDR range, right? And then sold off with the short, got the breaking structure right there. Okay, this was after the news time right here. This was the news time. What was the numbers like? I didn't look at the numbers. So at the news candle, we pushed up, hit the ran the buy side liquidity, hit the 1 standard deviation tick for tick, came down, set a fair value gap there, set a fair value gap there, got the breaking structure, wick back up. Still haven't come back up to that fair value gap, pushed down, came back to the breaking structure right there. This breaker came back to this breaker because this low broke this high, traded through it, came back to this breaker, right? Hit that breaker, and then came down to this order block right here. Came down to this order block right here, and then now we're pushing back up toward yesterday's close. Now we already hit this breaker, and we came down to this order block in the discount. Let's see where we are as far as discounted premium in the overall section. Okay, so we pushed up this 1 standard deviation. Let me get this blue line out of here. I don't need them blue lines anymore. Hopefully that was clear. Y'all let me know if that was a clear breakdown of the overnight price action. Like I say, I want to try to be more descriptive of the price action and what I'm looking for, what I'm looking at while I'm going through. So, and not to try to confuse anybody, but it's a lot of stuff that I'm trying to implement into my own trading. Where I don't want to be the one trick pony. There's nothing wrong with being the one trick pony, but I want to be a more well-rounded trader. So it's like I'm working through trying to implement all of ICT's concepts, and I'm slowly trying to instill them in my brain to be able to see them. And y'all let me know if if you know what I'm saying, the detailed explanation of the price action is helpful, or is it too much? Y'all just let me know. As far as the overall, I was looking at the overall. Okay, so for our full dealing range, let me put these on 4-hour candle so I can get more of the stuff in the screen. Okay, so for our full dealing range, this is equilibrium. This big white line that go all the way back to the edge of the rectangle. This is equilibrium for the entire dealing range, right? So we're right at equilibrium right now. We are still in the middle of the road. Y'all know I hate taking trades in the middle of the road. I feel like when I'm in the middle of the road, I feel like I'm gambling when I try to take a trade. You know what I'm saying? I hate taking trades in the middle of the road. I appreciate that, Father of Legends. I appreciate that, here to learn and share. When I catch up, will be very helpful when I catch up. Okay. Forecast -5, actual -8, previous -9. Okay, so they expected to drop 500,000. It dropped 8 in the so it dropped more than expected. Am I reading that right? Am I reading that right? It dropped. I appreciate that, Audrey. What's up, Gabriel? So am I reading that right? They expected it to drop 500,000 and it dropped 800,000. It dropped more. Let's just go look at it. Let's go look at it. So I can put it in my mind. I'm visual. Y'all know I'm visual. I be needing to see it on the screen a certain way. For anybody who don't know about econoday.com, econoday.com is my website of choice for getting my economic data. You can also go to forexfactory.com. It's the exact same thing. On econoday.com, you see how it says consensus under this existing home sales, and it says reports under jobless claims. If the event has passed, it'll say report. If the event has not passed yet, it'll say consensus. No matter which button you click on, it takes you to the same page. But the difference is when it says report, there's a column out to the far right that says actual. And those are the actual numbers that come out. But prior to the what's the name coming out, it just stops at this consensus range. And they tell you the prior revised in the consensus. Like this one here, they expected there to be 235,000 people filing for initial jobless claims, and there was only 214,000, which is far lower than they expected, right? And then the definition tell you down here, an increasing or decreasing trend suggests deteriorating or improving labor market. So since they expected 235,000 people to file unemployment for the first time, and only 214 filed, that means it's a decreasing number of people filing, which indicates an improving labor market. That's what this means. So this is far less than they projected. So less is good for this one, because this is people filing for unemployment, and it'll tell you what it means right there. The definite, we get this number every week. That's why I'm familiar with this one. That's why I can speak on this one, because we get this number every week. This is a number that I'm familiar with, and I know you want lower numbers than they expected on this, right? But we already know the labor market been, the initial jobless claims have been coming down over time. You know what I'm saying? Like right here, this time it was 12,000 less, and last time it was 9,000 after they revised it, 7,000 less than expected. But yeah, so the appreciate that, Father of Legends. Appreciate that. It was yeah. And then if you go, and then like I was saying, you go to forexfactory.com too. You go to Forex Factory, like Forex, like you trade Forex Factory, all one word. It gives you the same information right here. Right there, forecast -5, actual -8.7. So it was far less than they expected. Wait a minute. That's Philly. That's Philly. That's the Philly numbers. Okay. So the Philly numbers. Wait a minute. Why didn't I see that on my screen? Was that on Forex? I mean, Econo Day? Oh, it was. I didn't even click on that. The Philly numbers. The Philly numbers was far less than expected. Right there. So the manufacturing numbers, right there, they expected it to be between that. What these? Let's look. I don't look at these manufacturing numbers all the time. So let's see what these mean. General condition index for the business outlook. Blah 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 blah. This survey widely formed. Let's look at why investors care. And it has been okay. Why we care by tracking economic data. Yeah. Get to the okay. The field gives a detailed look in the manufacturing section, how busy it is. Blah blah blah. Since manufacturing major section economy, the report's the biggest influence on market. Some of the Philly sub index commodities. The bond market is highly sensitive to the report because it released early in the month. It don't tell me what it means, good or bad. The survey widely followed indicator manufacturing. It don't tell you what's good or bad on here. The stock market likes to see healthy economic growth because that translates to higher corporate profits. The bond markets prefer moderate growth So the indicate won't lead to inflation. The Philly survey gives a detailed look into manufacturing, how busy. Okay, so that still ain't told me nothing. So I'm gonna get off of that. That's giving me a headache. That ain't told me nothing that I want to know. Y'all, let's go look at our friend while we on Al Gore's internet. That we talking about Spotly, where you at, baby? Here I go. Hey, how you doing? We pretty much flat right now. Few cent down. We got a few cent down. Like we were saying yesterday, we're discounted right here. We are still in the middle of the road. I do not like being in the middle of the road. In the middle of the road is sit on your hands and wait time for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, give me clear direction. Get out the middle of the road. What are we waiting for? What are we waiting on? Right? Oh, y'all said Tesla bump yesterday. Let's look and see what Tesla doing. Tesla is about to gap diggy down. Tesla is about to gap diggy down. Hey, a lot of people feel like Tesla overvalued, man. If Tesla get down up under this 200, people might start buying, especially if it get down to like, let's just go a quarter under 200. If it get down to like, 175, I don't know about that. But if it get under 200, might be 175. If it get under 200, people might start buying Tesla. Let's look at the monthly candles real quick. Where's 200 is here. We got a gap right here. We got a so the next, okay, we traded down. We trading down through this candle right here, right? And then if we come back up under this green candle that we trading down to, right? That's the low of that candle. I'm treating Tesla just like it's the what's name, and let's see if this play out the same way it be playing out on the ES. I'm doing something real quick. Okay, so this candle right here, we traded down. We're trading down. I don't know if we're gonna close below this, but this green candle here, we still in the middle of it. So then this is the low of that candle, and then if we go to the left, everything you own in the box to the left, to the last down close candle, that will be there. And this candle makes up a order block. These two candles makes up an order block. I'm running an experiment right now. If y'all wondering what I'm doing, I'm running an experiment with Tesla to see if this trades just like the index. Bullish order block on the monthly bullish order block. Equilibrium right there where that line is, right there at the top of that candle. That's equilibrium of the order block or mean threshold. Good, close enough for government work. Them dots on the side, that's the middle, that's the order block right there. Okay, so boom. Let's see if Tesla if Tesla came all the way down there to the mean threshold, that'll be 146. That'd be 146. If you're a Tesla buyer, that'd be a good. If Tesla got down to 146, I would say that'd be a good place to buy. Now let's see a range of a good place to buy. These lows right here. So you got these lows right there at 179.80. 179.8. No. Yes, 179.83. So let's just say 180 down to 150. So from 180 to 150, because that's from these lows right here down to the mean threshold of this order block right there. Let's see if Tesla get down there. I'm buying some more Tesla for my mama portfolio right there between 180 and 150. In that range right there. Once Tesla gets in that range, that's when I'm gonna start looking into buying some more Tesla for my mom. I want for my mama account. I want to see if this play out just like the indexes be playing out. Let's see. The market is open. The market is open. The market is open. If you got to go trade, please hit the like button on the way out the door. I appreciate you for hanging out with us. Looking inside that area that I was talking about right there. We got a nice liquidity void on the weekly, right? We got these two candles blasted up right there with non-stop buying. We got a volume imbalance in between there at the top of this order block right there. So since that volume imbalance right there, I lower my target down to 160-ish, 168. Let's say let's say 170, between 170 and 160, because it's a volume. Oh, what's up, Towns? What's up with you?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing today?
Guy.
Hey, I got a question, man. I want to show you on the screen and see, just kind of give me some feedback on if I'm doing this right. Oh no,
Yeah,
the
go
fair
ahead and
value.
share your screen.
All right, let me pull it up. Uh, where is it? Okay, share screen. Yeah. All right, so this is now. Is it up yet? Yeah. Okay, right here. All right, so this is on a Russell. I did I did a fair value gap a couple months back on it. I think it was back October the 4th. Now I'm seeing this right here. Am I at a point where I could delete this, or do I need to still keep this on my on my trading view screen just so I can be aware of it? I'm just trying to kind of get an idea.
Okay, we that's a which one you they made it on the way going down or going up?
They made it right here. Back on the 4th, they made it going up. So of course on the 5th it came through, cleared it again, touched it again here. So I'm like, do I even need to keep it on here? But like on
What
Monday,
time? Okay,
Tuesday,
what,
it
what
stayed
that's a
15 minutes.
15-minute fair value gap.
Yeah.
And what time frame you on right there? You on 15-minute right there?
Yeah, I'm on 15 now.
Oh yeah, you could have been deleted that. If you make see when you made that like put your mouse over there to the left where you made the fair value gap at, keep
Right
going.
here.
Right there. So you made the fair value gap there, right?
Yeah.
And that's a 15-minute fair value gap and a 15-minute chart. Now come to that V shape right to your right, that big V shape to your right there.
Yeah.
You could have deleted it after that V shape right there.
Okay. So
Because
there's
you got the
now
wax on and the wax off on the 15-minute in that one V shape right there. You could take that, you could have taken that off right there.
okay. I got you. Is there
Because you
any
filled it and
time?
retraced it. You filled it and retraced it. So that area right there for the fair value gap you marked out, that was rebalanced. All of that was rebalanced because you offered sell side and buy side on the same time frame in that area. So you could have been took that off a long time ago.
All right. Is there any situation where you would keep a fair value gap just on the screen to be mindful?
if we
Or
only
but
if
once
we
they've
only
been
if we only repriced it. If we only repriced it, I leave it on this. And what I mean by reprice it, that's the wax on. Like if we
right,
only repriced it, I leave it on until we rebalance it, and then I'll take it back off.
and this applies for every time frame, the
Yeah,
hour, the 4 hour daily.
yeah. Whatever time frame it is, once
Yeah.
we trade through it in both directions on that time frame, and like if it's a daily fair value gap, like if we trade back down through it, I leave it there until we trade back up through it. Or if my screen getting junky, I'll take it off, but I keep a mental note that we still need to rebalance that. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. Got it. I appreciate that, man.
Yep. As y'all see, you can see around my green screen. I ain't even gonna adjust it because I don't feel like it. I think that's all I got, man. I think that's all I got. We're gonna go ahead and call it. If nobody has anything, if nobody has any questions or don't nobody have anything to offer, we're gonna go ahead and call it. Let me look in the chat. I don't see anything in the chat. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Is that L or Ellie? Wait a minute. Ellie Dement. I ain't gonna try to say that. I ain't gonna try to say that. And that's my first time seeing that name. We just gonna call you E. E, are you a female or a male? And E, if this your first time pulling up, welcome. If it's not your first time, I truly jalapies, but I ain't never seen a name before. L. We gonna go with L. All right, L. I appreciate that. We gonna go ahead and call it, man. I ain't got nothing else. I'm gonna sit up here and see if they give me something again. So you use flout range in combination with what in the world is flout? I don't even know what that means. So you use flout range in combination with CBDR. What is flout range? I appreciate that. It's just my knee, but I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. You're far too kind. Hey, Steve, what's flout range? What is that? The C, but in as reference to the CBDR, I'm still forward testing that. I haven't started implementing that live in my trading, and I haven't put in the work to go back and back test it. So you know what I'm saying? I haven't like implemented it live, so I'm still forward testing that. And I just started sharing that with y'all the other day because I had been watching it. I just hit my knee. I had been watching it for like about a week or two. I had been watching it for about a week or two, and then I was just going back, just touching on the videos, just trying to get it fresh in my mind, like really get it ingrained in. And then once I got to a point where I was comfortable with it in my mind from like a learning standpoint, then that's when I started sharing it with y'all on the screen, you know what I'm saying, where I can speak on it in semi-intelligently. Cause I'm, you know what I'm saying, I'm starting to understand it. Okay. The flout range is 50% of the range between 2 and 8. Okay. I didn't know that. Is that in one ICT video that I missed? Or I just ain't got to that video yet? Did I miss that? And is that what he be saying when he be talking about the float? Is that flout word right there? Is when cause I hear him saying float all the time. Is that what he talking about? That's how you spell that or say that? Wow. Appreciate that, Laverne. Is forward testing okay, or will I miss something by not back testing? Miss Amazing. It's no, you won't miss nothing. But forward testing just means while you seeing it work in real time, you got to sit there and cry because you're not in the trade. Back testing helps you build confidence that it can work. You know what I'm saying? And forward test help you build confidence that, well, back testing shows you that it did work in that market. Forward testing shows you that it still works in this market, but you just have to sit there and cry about the fact that, man, I could have been in that trade when you're forward testing. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, where am I? Why did I disappear? For example, like this morning right here, when I was, you know what I'm saying, I'm forward testing this. I put this line on the screen last night with y'all, and I put the other one down at the bottom down there to see, which way the market was going to go. Was it going to set up to give us a sell? Was it going to set up to give us a buy? Right? It went up and set up to give us a sell. It went tick for tick, and it sold off nice, but I wasn't in this trade. You see what I'm saying? So I got to sit there and be like, it worked. That would have been a nice trade. You know what I'm saying? But back testing, it lets you know, okay, yeah, that worked in this market. It gives you confidence in it. And then forward testing lets you know, yeah, it's still working in this market, but you missing trades. The float is the liquidity at the swing high and swing low. Oh, okay. All right. I appreciate that, man. See, I don't know everything. I ain't scared to ask either. I'll be like, hey, what does that mean? That's how you got to be, man. You got to be humble enough to admit your limitations when you out here in this market, man. Because this market will humble you if you're not humble. Hey, I appreciate y'all, man. Hey, you're welcome. You're very welcome, Miss Amazing. And Miss Amazing, I've never seen that name either. If this your first time pulling up, welcome. If it's not your first time pulling up, I truly jollipies. I just ain't never seen that name before. That one would have stuck with me. I try to remember all the names. You know what I'm saying? That's why I go through and shout them out every day, because y'all could be anywhere else in the world, but you choose to hang out here with me, Lil Timmy Rogers. We got some divergence going on right now this hour. For this hour, if we look over here at our divergence chart, y'all see how the SPY is like flirting with red and a doji, and the NQ and the YM is still like green. What's going on in this hour? Why is the SPY so heavy? What is the SPY trying to get to? Is it SPY trying to get down there to those equal lows that we saw, or is it trying? Okay, we coming down. We got an order block right here. So this order block hit this order block. So if this respects this order block, we should get a bounce off of this right here. What in the world kind of candle is this right here? Do y'all see that? It's just a line. That candle is just a line. There's nobody. I've never seen a candle with nobody. There's not even a, what in the world? Is that a glitch? There's no, what time is that? At 5:30. There's nobody on that candle at all. Yes, there's nobody on that candle at all. What in the world? It's just a line. That can't be real. $5.30. It's the same way on the ES. That's weird. And then we just hit that order block right there. And I just said that. And I just missed that trade looking at that freaking candle. Looking at that candle. I just missed that trade looking at the candle. We hit, because I was like, this order block hit this order block. We should respect that and get a bounce. And we hit that order block and got a bounce. I just missed the freaking trade looking at this weird candle. Get out of here, weird candle. Hey, man. That weird candle done got on my nerve. And we was in the discount. That was perfect. We was in the discount. Not saying that it's not going to come back down, but that was a nice little trade, because we were in a slight discount. We hit an order block that hit an order block. And then we got like a reaction off of it. Pissed me off. Oh, it's a doji on TOS. Okay, then appreciate that. I appreciate that. It's a doji on TOS. That had me, man, that had me messed up. Made me miss a trade and everything. That had me messed up. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me, man. We done been on here for 43 minutes. I'm about to go ahead and call it. I'll see y'all tonight at 7:30 for the price action recap. If you're gonna trade safe. If you're not gonna trade, please take copious notes. Yeah, man, that's it. I'll see y'all at 7:30. Gone, man.